Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Yummy brand of Yommycrochetlogy, and today's tutorial is a baby dress made of granny squares, and it fits for 1 year old to 2 years old baby. And if you like my content that talks about crochets and styling our crochet pieces, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So these are the things that we will be needing. We need a cotton yarn, orange, yellow and white. This is 100% cotton, and the suggested size of the hook is 3mm hook. Sizes of the hooks that we will be using for this is 3.50mm hook and 3.75mm hook, scissors, needles, measuring tape, some buttons of your choices, stitch markers, and a fabric glue if you chose to glue the ends of your yarn. So I already have here the granny squares. Please refer in the card above or in the description box below for the tutorial of the granny squares. So I already have here the 4 little squares attached together. And then what we're going to do now is we will clean the edges. So we will add more rows into the edges. This time we will chain 1, 2, and then half double crochet into the next stitches. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you will have to half double crochet around your granny squares, and I'll meet you at the end of that. So I'm at the end of this row now. I just half double crochet around the granny square, so I'll just finish it off to close this row and finish it with a slip stitch. So before we will start the second row, make sure you have a dress as a guide. So I have here my daughter's dress, and I will use the front square as a guide how big my granny square should be. Okay, this one here will be my guide how big my granny square. Okay, so my granny square is as big as this little square in front of this dress. So repeat the pattern, chain of 2, 1 and 2, and then half double crochet into the next stitches around your granny squares. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so you have to half double crochet around the granny squares, and at the same time you have to repeat this pattern 4 times. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end of this rows. So I'm at the end of my 4th rows of half double crochet, and I slip stitch the rows to end it. Okay, so we have 4 rows from here, so that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so if you need to size up, you have to add more rows for a good coverage. And now this time we have to make the waistband. So I measure my baby's waist, and I end up with 12 inches. Okay, so I need to have a chain as long as 12 inches. That's for the waistband all the way to the back. If you're making it for a bigger baby, you'll just have to add more foundation in the waistband to match up with her size. So we'll start in this side, and we will make a foundation chain for the waistband. So I'm using here a bigger size hook, which is 3.75mm hook. That's for the foundation of the waistband. And chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 59, and 60. So I end up with 60 chains for my foundation for the waistband. This is 12 inches long. And now let's go back to our tiny hook, which is 3.50mm hook. And we will attach the end of this chain to the other sides of your granny square. So you just have to fold it in half, make sure they're aligned, and then you'll find that stitch that aligned to your chain foundation, that one there, and you just have to slip stitch in there, and that's how you connect your foundation chain. And make a slip stitch. So that's your foundation chain for the waistband. And now we will be working back and forth around the waistband. Okay, so slip stitch to the granny square, that one there, the stitch next to your slip stitch. Okay, you have to make a slip stitch here. Turn your work and make a half double crochet to your foundation chain for the waistband. So that's 1, 2. Just make sure that your foundation chain for the waistband is not twisted. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So continue doing the half double crochets until you reach in the other side of your waistband, and make sure it's not twisted. Okay, until you reach in the side. I have few stitches left for my waistband, so I'll just have to half double crochet it to close the row. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Make sure it's not twisted. So once you're happy, once the waistband is clean and not twisted, then align them. Okay, so you have to slip stitch here. So once you're happy with your waistband, we can connect this one here. So slip stitch in this part of your granny square to close off the row. And again, slip stitch to the stitch after that. 1. Okay, that stitch there. And turn your work. So this slip stitch is considered as a turning chain. So again, half double crochet to your waistband. Okay. So continue doing that until you reach into your other side of the waistband. So I'm here at the other side of the waistband. Again, I just have to double crochet my way, and then once I'm happy and then the waistband is not twisted, we can slip stitch to the main square or the granny square. So slip stitch here to close off your row. And into the stitch next to that, do another slip stitch. This is considered as a turning chain. So again, we're going in that direction. Okay, that's how we're working down. This is supposedly the skirt part. This is the upper part where your strap should be. And this is the back. This is the waistband, the beginning of your waistband. And this is your skirt here. So we will be doing a half double crochet until we reach in this line or the last row of your granny square. You'll repeat the pattern of half double crochet. So I am here in the last row of my half double crochet, so I end up with 4 rows of half double crochets to straighten my work. So we have to half double crochet from this side all the way here. So this time we will be working in front of the granny square. Just half double crochet until you reach into the other side of the granny square. So I'm here now in the last part of the granny square, and then I reach in the other side of the waistband and make a slip stitch. The purpose of that is just to straighten our work in the front. As you can see here, it's a little bit straight. So this is our waistband right now, okay? We end up making the waistband and we will start the increase row. Okay, so this is the skirt part. So chain of 2 and you're facing the front. Okay, front side. Into the stitch after your chain 2, make 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So that's 1 and 2. Okay, again in the next stitch make 2 double crochets, increase, and third stitch another increase, 1 and 2. So increase means 2 double crochet in the same stitch. So continue doing the increase or 2 double crochets in each stitches until you reach in the other side, okay, around your skirt. I'm here to the end of the row. I have few stitches left and I'll just increase these last 3 stitches. So continue the pattern, and then the last one, 1 and 2. And then slip stitch to the chain 2 that you made in the beginning of the row. Okay, so this is the increase part, the first row of increase part. As you can see, it already has that nice skirt. Then chain of 2, 1 and 2, and then in between your 2 double crochets from the previous round, or the V, you have to insert your hook there, okay, and make 2 double crochets. So that's 1 and 2. So chain 2 here is considered as another double crochets, and then chain 1 in the next V or double crochets, make another 3 double crochets in that space. So that's 3. Okay, 3 double crochets and chain 1, and again find the V or 2 double crochets from the previous round, that V there, and make 3 double crochets in between that V's. So that's how the pattern goes. 3 double crochets and chain 1. Okay, again in the next V or 2 double crochets from the previous round, make 3 double crochets in that space. So that's 2 and 3. Okay, and then chain of 1. Repeat the pattern until you reached in the other side or the end of this row, and I'll meet you there. So we're here at the end of this row. We'll just have to finish the last double crochet or the last V. Make 3 double crochets in there. So this is 2 and 3. And then chain 1 and slip stitch to the chain 2 that you make at the beginning of this row. Chain 3 chains. And then in the chain 1 space from the previous round, make 3 double crochets in there. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And again, chain of 1. And in the next chain space of 1, make another 3 double crochets. So that's 1, and 2, and 3. So continue the pattern of 3 double crochets and chain 1 in each chain 1 space from the previous round around your skirt, and make as long as needed. Okay, so we're here now at the end of this row, and this is my last row of the skirt. So let's do the last stitches. This is 2 double crochet and the 3rd double crochet, and then slip stitch here. And that's the end of my skirt. So this is what our skirt looks like right now, or the dress rather, and flowy, or it's really skater skirt. And I end up 23 rows this skirt pattern, except the increase, just the skirt pattern, this one here. Okay, 23 all in all, or 8 inches long. And this fits for 18 months or to 2 years old babies. Okay, so if she's taller, you'll just have to add more rows in the skirt area, and the waistband is pretty much adjustable, so it will fit quite well. So now we're gonna design the edges. Okay, so we will put some trimmings or nice edge design. So let's start off with chain of 3. And then in the same chain space where your chain 3 is, make 3 double crochet and 3. Okay, so that's your 3 double crochet, and then chain of 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then at the bottom of your 3 chain, there should be 2 lines. This one here I hope you guys can see that, but there should always be 2 lines at the bottom of your 3 chain, and make a slip stitch in there. Okay, and that's your picot. And go back to the same chain space and make 4 double crochets. So that's 2, 3, and 4. So your chain 3 at the beginning of your row should always be counted as double crochet. And then single crochet into the next chain space, and then chain of 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're working into the chain 1 spaces from the previous round. This is what it looks like. Again, make the fan. So 4 double crochet into chain space from the previous round. That's 1 double crochet, 2, 3, and 4. And chain 3 for the picot, 1, 2, and 3. And then in the bottom of your 3 chains, there's always 2 lines. You have to slip stitch in there. This one here, 2 yarns or 2 lines of yarns. Okay, you have to insert your hook there and make a slip stitch. And that's how you make a picot. Again, go back to your same chain space and make 4 double crochets. 2, 3, and 4. And again, single crochet into the chain 1 space from the previous round. So repeat the pattern of fan, chain 5 around your skirt. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end of that. So I have here my last part of this row. I have to chain 5 and slip stitch to the, and then we can snip off our yarn. So this time we will be working at the top now. Okay, so find the most edge of your top, or the little granny squares. Okay, in my case this is the most edge or corner. Okay, I'll be working in the side, and start attaching your yarn. And this time make a chain of 1, 2, and half double crochet 3 times into the next stitch. 2 and 3. Okay, again 3 half double crochet in the next stitch, 2 and 3. So that's how the pattern goes. 3 half double crochet in each stitches until you reach at the bottom of your granny square. So I'm here at the bottom of my granny square, and I'll just finish it off with the last half double crochet, and this is what it looks like. It has a nice crinkly design. And then skip that stitch there. Okay, skip that one there and go straight away to your skirt. Okay, at the back panel of your skirt, and make a slip stitch just to connect them. And this time you have to single crochet at the back waistband of your skirt. Okay, so we're working at the back right now. Just single crochet until you reach in the other side of your granny square, until you reach into the other side of your granny square here. And then repeat the pattern in the side of 3 half double crochets to make this crinkly design, and I'll meet you at the end of that row. So I end up here at the top corner of my granny square with 3 half double crochets in every stitches in the side. Okay, so that's how the patterns to make this crinkly design in the side of your granny square. And then slip stitch to close this row. This is our dress now. It has a nice crinkly design in the side. Okay, and now we will be working in the straps. We will make the straps. Now we will be working on the straps, and we will use the bigger size hook for the foundation chain, and foundation chain should be 80. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 80. And this should fit 18 to 24 months babies. It's adjustable. And now we go back to our 3.50mm hook and skip 3 stitches and double crochet on the next. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Continue this pattern until you reach at the end of your strap. So I'm at the end of my straps. I'll just finish it off with the last double crochet, and then in the granny square skip 1, 2 and slip stitch in the stitch next to it. Okay, that is how we attach the straps. And then slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. So 2 stitches, that's 1 and 2. So you slip stitch in those 2 stitches. It's considered as your turning chain. And now double crochet again all the way back up to the top of your straps. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So continue the pattern of double crochet all the way up to the tip of your straps. So I'm at the top of our straps now, and I'll just finish it off with few double crochets to close the row. And then chain of 1, and we will work on the top of your straps, so single crochet 2 times. And then chain 1. Then we will be working in the side, and this time 20 single crochet in the next 20 stitches. And I'll meet you at the end of your 20 single crochets. So this is my 20th single crochet, and we're actually working between the posts, not in the stitches, okay, if you know what I mean. And this time we have to make 4 double crochets in between the posts. It's not in the stitches. So insert your hook in between the posts and make 4 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Again, 4 double crochets in between the posts. That's 3 and 4. Again, 4 double crochets in the next post space or between 2 posts. So this is what it looks like right now. It has a nice crinkly design too. Okay, so in between the posts. So what you're going to do is you have to do that all the way to the end and leave 10 spaces or posts. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's put stitch marker here, so we will know where to stop this 4 double crochets pattern. Okay, so there's 10 stitches left. It means you have 2 single crochets. So that's 20 single crochet and your 4 double crochets in between the posts all the way here. So it means this one here should be single crochets. Okay, so work on between the stitch markers and repeat the pattern in the other side. Okay, make the other straps in this side, 80 chains. So I'm done with my straps, and this is what it looks like right now. So before you attach a button, make sure you fit it with your babies to know where to place the buttons. In my case, this is where I'm going to put the buttons, and grab your yarn and needle and buttons and just attach the buttons in the inside of the skirt. Okay, so it should be inside the waistband. Glued it to secure it, and we're pretty much done. Our little skirts, our little granny summer skirt is done. So gorgeous, the color is beautiful and I love it. It's open work, and I have here a chain of 100. This is optional. Okay, I just want the chain attached here in the waistband, so I can adjust it if she's gaining weight. So I use this needle to insert the chain in the waistband. So if you don't know what chain is, please refer in the card above or in the description box below for the tutorial of chain stitches. So this is it. We're done with our little dress. It's so cute and I can't wait for my daughter to wear this. And if you guys made this one, please don't forget to tag me. I would love to see your work. So thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscription button so you'll be notified for our future videos. And hope to see you again sometime next week, and goodbye.